if you have to, but it's just refining it. Yeah, go
Oh,
to 10.
Well, no, I always get confused. You know when you transfer a patient?
Yep.
It's not, and it drops down and you have to, put your bits in, like pick your bit that states that you transferred them.
Yep.
I can never remember which one it is because there's actually not one that says transferred to emergency department or
I find that some of the drop-down boxes don't correspond with what's actually happening for us here in the hospital.
Some of that.
So, it is too medical. It's hard enough to find Pine Lodge or psychiatrist on it, let alone anything else that's pertaining to the hospital. I think it's quite broad across, I don't know, St John of God or wherever it's made up. So it's really hard.
If you try and do something about, say, a patient is cut, takes you straight into surgical stuff, and it's like,
absolutely.
No.
And it's trying, the difficulties
and
that I
let
find.
you move on.
Yeah, and trying to find the right category for what's happened on the ward, because quite often it's not.
Comes under behaviour.
Yeah. So a lot of the time you just have to. I've found that if you think it's something and you try it out, then the next few boxes will show you that it's not actually that. I know that doesn't sound sensible, but
they change them anyway.
Yeah, it's really hard to fill it out because it doesn't pertain to what we do and the incidences that occur.
They're actually read and checked.
They are. So whatever goes through, Tessa will go through it and check it and make sure everything is filled out
question
correctly.
it too if it's not quite
That's
right.
right. Yeah, she'll come up to you and grab you if
Does she physically
needed.
change things?
Yeah, she will.
Yeah.
She will before she sends it off. Anything else about Risk Pro? Josie? You look like you're about to ask a question.
Well, no, I'm just thinking when you brought the thing up about changing, I'm just thinking if you're putting in an instant form that you feel that it's, I don't know whether it's personal, and then Tess or someone has the ability to change that before it goes to head office, you've got to wonder by the time it gets to head office what's actually on the...
Yeah. Look, if there's major issues with it, before she changes it, she'll check it with you to make sure.
Say like
It's
me,
grammatical errors and that she
it's more grammatical errors and
Not
the categorising of the actual incident. So if what you're writing of the facts of the incident don't correspond with the drop box, she can go and change that to make sure that it corresponds. So I don't think she actually changes the facts because that is the facts. That's what's happened, but it's all
we
the
have no
other
evidence
stuff.
of that. I'm not saying she does, don't get me
No,
wrong,
no.
I'm just saying, I'm putting it out,
Hypothetically.
hypothetically, I'm just talking, it could be changed and you wouldn't know, would you?
Well, you wouldn't.
Especially if you're talking about a staff member or something like that,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying we all put an instance, but I'm just giving you that as a scenario.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have a clue how that's changed then, would we?
No,
if we
you
had
wouldn't.
somebody that was,
But
Maybe if you had an issue with it though, you could say, can I have a copy of it?
You just print it off,
Yeah.
yeah. So you've got the option to print it off and keep a
Have you?
yeah.
Okay.
But they would look at things like, say if you've gone to wake a patient and you can't, rouse them. So you might put, arouse instead of rouse or whatever. They change that.
So it's grammatical
That's
stuff, but she's not going to go and change what's happened,
Yeah.
what you've written down as facts, because she's not there. So it's more matching up the categories and making sure that it all makes sense, that
we can spell properly.
that we can spell properly, because I don't know about you guys, but a lot of the nurses don't spell very well. I am raging at spelling. Siobhan.
Siobhan's a good speller.
Siobhan is a wonderful speller. So
Her English is perfect.
I guess it's just, so I want to wrap it up because we all know about risk. We know about hazards. It's just making sure we report them properly and to think, how many risk pros do we need to put in? Because sometimes you do need more than one just for one incident. And that just makes sure that these incidents are looked at properly from different angles. So,
We had an incident in the kitchen, the floors ripped up a bit, and it's taken quite a few reporting of hazards to get something done about it, because it's a trip hazard, and someone would really hurt themselves. Yeah, so someone's been out to assess it and it's going to get fixed, but it took a process of keep reporting it on RiskPro. Yeah.
And then you would think,
keep
sorry,
doing
then
it.
you think something like that, it is an obvious risk.
Yeah.
If you can jump on it straight away. You know, you fall over, hurt yourself, you've got, you know, a longer level of financial,
Yeah.
you know.
This is next almost trip on the mat.
It's taken a
I'll
while.
put in a Christopher. It's taken a while.
Yeah.
I would, Siobhan, if that happens all the time, and even if you're not tripping over the mat, there's a potential for a fall for you or for a
Just keep
patient.
reporting it.
But
You
then
need to
those
keep-
mats were put in there because I kept getting sparks off the machine and sparking up the patients.
Oh my God.
So those mats were put in there to prevent electricity
Okay.
shockings.
So
You
maybe,
need, the mat needs to
Be
be
a whole,
a whole
like a
mat
whole,
rather
yeah.
than 3 separate mats.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, and
tripping over the damn thing.
That's
all the
something
time.
you could bring up with Jodie.
Or maybe we move into
Yeah,
another
Jodie.
room.
I brought that up yesterday with Joe.
Okay. Yeah, well, another room would be good, and I'm sure that's on the cards somewhere on the track. All right, that's the end of my session. If anyone has any quick questions.
Well,
No?
that's my
Very
experience.
interesting.
Beautiful. We're all done.
Coffee, food.
I just need to ask 8 lovely people, or 7. I've got some of my own evaluation forms I need to fill out. Please feel
Pass them on.
free if you want to have a tick. I'd love it. Don't you dare. You can turn it off.
Keep going.
Oh, would you like?
Do you know
what you're doing?
No,
Sorry.
steady.
Actually, I don't even.